Huge achievement. They should be congratulated.
He did not condemn what they did.
And we condemn that.
And I said this to President Castro in Cuba. I said, look, you've made great progress in educating young people. Every child in Cuba gets a basic education. That's a huge improvement from where it was. Medical care. You know, the life expectancy of Cubans is equivalent to the United States, despite it being a very poor country, because they have access to health care. That's a huge achievement. They should be congratulated.
We're very opposed to the authoritarian nature of Cuba. But you know, it's unfair to simply say everything is bad. You know, when Fidel Castro came into office, you know what he did? He had a massive literacy program. Is that a bad thing? Even though Fidel Castro did it?
There's a lot of dissidents imprisoned in Cuba.
That's right, and we condemn that.
You also have a track record of expressing sympathy for socialist governments in Cuba and in Nicaragua. Can Americans trust that a democratic socialist president will not give authoritarians a free pass?
I have opposed authoritarianism all over the world. Of course, you have a dictatorship in Cuba. What I said is what Barack Obama said in terms of Cuba.
You've made great progress in educating.
He had a massive literacy program. Is that a bad thing? That Cuba made progress on education. Yes, I think. Really? Really?
Yes,
literacy
because there's no
programs are
comparing
bad.
those two
What Barack Obama said is they made great progress on education and health care.
They have access to health care. That's a huge achievement. They should be congratulated.
Barack Obama was abroad. He was in a town meeting. He did not in any way suggest that there was anything positive about the Cuban government.
And I said this to President Castro in Cuba. I said, look, you've made great progress in educating young people.
He acknowledged that they did increase life expectancy.
They have access to health care. That's a huge achievement. They should be congratulated.
But he went on and condemned the dictatorship. He went on and condemned the people who, in fact, had run that committee. The fact of the matter is, he, in fact, did not, has never embraced an authoritarian regime and does not now. Okay. This man said that, in fact, he did not condemn what they did.
That is untrue, categorically untrue.
What did you tell him?
We're very opposed to the authoritarian nature of Cuba.
There's a lot of dissidents imprisoned in Cuba.
That's right, and we condemn that. I have condemned authoritarianism, whether it is the people in Saudi Arabia that the United States government has
Cuba,
loved
Nicaragua?
For years. Cuba, Nicaragua. Authoritarianism of any stripe is bad. But
Period.
That is different than saying that governments occasionally do things that are good. Occasionally, it might be a good idea to be honest about American foreign policy. And that includes the fact that America has overthrown governments all over the world, in Chile, in Guatemala, in Iran. And when dictatorships, whether it is the Chinese or the Cubans, do something good, you acknowledge that. But you don't have trade love letters with them.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.